Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show. Well, you saw tonight the Bengals beat the Ravens 34 to 23 in Cincinnati. My prediction was wrong, and I lost my first pick of the week because I took Baltimore, but that's okay. I'll hopefully win the other ones. The Bengals jumped out to the early 14-0 lead in the first quarter, but the Ravens came back and scored 2 TDs in the second quarter, and the game was tied at 14-14. But the Bengals answered again. They scored 2 more TDs in the second quarter and took the lead 28 to 17, and that was the score at halftime. Then in the third, Sam Koch kicked a 54-yard field goal, and the Ravens trailed 28 to 17. Actually, it's 28-14 at halftime. Excuse me, I wrote the wrong. The halftime score was 28-14. Excuse me. And then in the third, Sam Koch kicked a 54-yard field goal, and the Ravens trailed 28 to 17. And in the fourth, Joe Flacco threw a 17-yard pass to Mark Andrews for a touchdown, and the Ravens trailed 28 to 23. But the Bengals answered again. They would come right back. Randy Bullock kicked another field goal from 40 yards out, and the Bengals were up 30 to 23. And the Bengals tried to get in touchdown range, but then they got into field goal range again. And Kevin Huber kicked Randy Bullock kicked a field goal from 40 yards out, and the Bengals went up 30 to 23, and it was an 8-point lead for the Bengals. And then late in the fourth, they got within field goal. I'm sorry if I've repeated myself a few times. They've got into try to get in the touchdown range. They got in the field goal range again. They had to set up for that. And Kevin Huber kicked a field goal, and the Bengals went back up by 11. 34 to 23, and the Bengals with the last field goal pretty much sealed their victory with this one. And boy, what an impressive night for Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton. 24 42, 265 yards, and 4 TDs. Boy, what an impressive. The Ravens, they just could not battle back, but they did come back though, but it wasn't enough. But Joe Flacco was 32 for 55, 376 yards, two touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Now, I felt the Ravens' defense lacked. They just did not step it up in the second half. They looked in the first half, and they did kick a field goal in the third quarter, but then they just could not, and scored a TD in the fourth. But I felt the Ravens could have done more to try to win this one because they were on the road, and I felt they should have tried to win this one, but it was the night for the Bengals, and they just really looked good in this one. The Bengals offense just dominated, and as well as the defense, and the field goal attempts were superb, and they just were scoring right and left. All this, and I just felt it was a great game tonight between the Bengals and the Ravens, and I've got to tip my hat to quarterback Andy Dalton. And he just had an impressive night, and I've said before, he was 24 42, 265 yards, and 4 TDs, and I have to give Bengals quarterback my Thursday Night Football game ball. I have to give him the game ball for this game tonight. He is the game ball winner. And I got to tell you, the Bengals just played an outstanding game tonight. And I know the Bengal fans were happy and went home happy. They were cheering, and just what a game tonight for them. And I have to tell you, and really, I just felt that the Ravens could have won this one, but they just after scoring that one touchdown, they just went flat, and they just could not battle back, and I just felt that they just lacked that. They just could not. If they would have that would have had a little more stamina, and if the momentum would have been there, they could have had a chance to win it. But the Bengals prevailed in this one, and I got to tell you, I felt that really. I really thought that they were really good. The Bengals just looked great tonight, and they never let up, and they never let the lead get away, and they just held on to that lead from the get-go of this game, and they just really dominated tonight's game, and they just really they really came out to play, and they played hard. I mean, the Ravens, they played well, but I felt they did not play as well as the Bengals played. But they did battle back, and although it was an 11-point loss for the Ravens, they did battle back, but it just was not enough. They could not find a way to come back and win this one tonight. And I feel the Bengals just had the Ravens number tonight in this game. Now, next week, the Ravens will take on the Denver Broncos at home in Baltimore, and the Bengals, I believe, I'll have to look, but I think whoever they take on, I think it's a road game for them. I'm not sure. I think it might be the Miami Dolphins. No, I don't think it's Miami. I think it's the Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure. I'll have to check on that. I do apologize, but I will take a see what I believe it's Miami Dolphins. I'm not sure, but they will be taking on I know it's the Miami Dolphins or one of the other NFL teams, and they will. I think it's a road game for them, and I think the pressure's going to be on them to win on the road. Now, I really feel that this was a great game tonight, and I've said that before, but I got to tell you, the night, it was just, I thought that the Bengals really just showed what they can do. They were scoring right and left, and they were making passes. They were catching them. They were hanging on to the ball, and they just really dominated this game from the get-go. And I just felt this was a great game. It was the most important game of Week 2 for Week 2 of the NFL. Even though the Bengals won, and we're just Week 2 is just getting started. We've already had one game, and we have a whole bunch more games on Sunday, including the Browns-Saints game, and so we'll cover that on the Monday night games, which are the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants Sunday night, and the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks on Monday night. And so we'll cover all the early and late NFL games on Sunday, and the Sunday night game and the Monday night game on Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday. And I've said this before, I will be live from the Murphy House, the home of my friends, my really good friends, who are my best friends, well, two of my best friends, Matt and Katie Murphy, and my guest will be none other than my really good friend, who's one of my best friends, Matt Murphy. And we'll do it all, and we'll see what the Browns. We'll discuss what strategy the Browns have to use, and I will do picks of the week, and we'll go over all the early and late games. We'll do them all, and basically we'll have a lot of fun, and we'll just enjoy and get you ready for all of the NFL action. We're almost out of time, and one more time, I have to tip my hat to Bengals quarterback Andy Dalton, because he just really had an impressive night tonight. He really, really did. And having 24, 42 yards, 265 yards, and 4 touchdown passes, as I said before. And I just felt that the Bengals, they just came out to play tonight. They were ready. They just dominated. I mean, the Ravens, they fought hard, they came back, but it just was not enough. Because after that touchdown they scored in the fourth quarter, they fell apart after that, and they just were not able to battle back, as I had said before. And I really feel that now, I feel this was a great game tonight, and next week's Thursday night football game, which will be Week 3 of the NFL, and I know jumping the gun here, but it will be the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, and the New York Jets, which I do believe that is a home game for the Cleveland Browns. So hopefully this will be a good one, and I will have it all for you next Thursday night. Well, that is going to wrap it up for this Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football postgame show. I'll be back with a regular broadcast either tomorrow or on Saturday, and of course, Scott Sports 101, Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday on Sunday. But until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1. I'm done.